The 60-day interim period given to the warring factions in the South Sudan conflict to sign a peace deal expires next week. The world will be keenly watching as the two protagonists, Kiir and Machar, will be expected to form the much-vaunted interim coalition government after signing a peace deal in Addis-Ababa. Highly placed sources reveal that there are three options on the table. The first is to form a coalition government on the Tsvangirai Mugabe Raila Odinga Kibaki model. The second option is to pass the leadership baton to the more moderate group of 11, led by the charismatic former SPLM Secretary General Pagana Mum, which is seen as a safe pair of hands. And the third option is war until one side is vanquished.
I think citizens must watch that space. Is this the option which is likely to emerge? And is it feasible, where the Pagana Mums and others will be part of that government? And therefore you put SPLM, SPLA back with a glue. Can it hold for a transition period? That is the preference of Salva Kiir. He says there's no transition government without him being head of it.
As the peace caravan towards finding a peaceful solution to a conflict that has claimed over 10,000 lives hurtles down a dicey path, Uganda, once seen as an adversary by the armed faction of the SPLM in opposition, seems to have gained an upper hand. Since then, a memorandum of understanding has been signed, which amongst others gives the UPDF the green light to stay in South Sudan and hands Uganda a role at the IGAD-mediated talks in Addis-Ababa.
Opposing the participation of Uganda because of being a party to the conflict. But that has not yielded any fruits, and so we don't. Why would you want to continue?
The official talks in Addis-Ababa have not gone well. It's been a seesaw. So the Kampala meeting and brokering and diplomatic behind-the-scenes work is meant to help to hammer a deal behind the scenes and explore the bottom lines.
The president's brother, General Salim Saleh, has been quite instrumental during these talks.
The Saleh I know is an orthodox general. He's not tied by bureaucracy. And given his level of education and exposure, you even wonder how he manages to do it. His sense of smell, his sixth sense is well polished. I respect.
As relations continue to thaw, President Museveni this week met Machar's deputy, General Alfred Gor Lado, and the leadership of the Group of 11. As these peace delegations continue to shuttle diplomacy across the region, President Salva Kiir only left Kampala today after holding talks with his key ally in the region, President Museveni. Sources also reveal that the donor community, especially the US, Britain and Norway Troika Alliance, has attended the closed-door Kampala talks to hammer out the finer details of this agreement.
Of course, there's pressure, the third thing, there's pressure from the international community to apply sanctions and bring ICC into the equation. And so that's also working on the parties.
Both Kiir and Machar are expected in Addis-Ababa, where a landmark deal could be reached if both principals agree to the terms. The Kampala regime has struck a conciliatory tone with the armed faction of the SPLM in opposition, so that it can be seen to be amongst the players who midwife this peace process in South Sudan. Now, whereas Uganda enjoys close ties with Kiir's inner sanctum, it would want this leverage to continue even when Riek Machar joins the coalition government. Emmanuel Mutaiziwa, NTV Weekend Edition.